So I'm Gemma. So I've been learning since around September last year. So I've been doing I've done about 50 hours of lessons now. Probably would have tried to aim for my lesson sooner, but exam rather sooner, but obviously with the backlog we spread it out a little bit. And yeah, I think it's been going really well so far. A lot of it is now sort of sunk in and feeling a bit more confident, but yeah, just wanted the challenge of driving somewhere I've never driven before, because I'll ultimately be doing a lot of that going forward.
Do you have a test booked?
Yes, so I've got it in mid-May, about 5 weeks.
About 5 weeks?
Yeah, 4 or 5 weeks. I feel quite test ready. The last few lessons I've been doing with my instructor, we have literally just been driving around practicing, so we've not really had to cover anything new. It's more just really solidifying that information, getting any little teething issues out the way, because obviously a lot of driving is judgment calls, so you don't know what's going to come up on the road, so it's more like having those situations and how best to deal with them.
What part of your driving do you feel could improve?
Confidence sometimes, like being a bit more assertive maybe. In situations where it's just like I should have just reacted a bit quicker or just gone a bit quicker, I sort of hesitated because I was unsure. So that's probably something I've been trying to work on.
You're allowed up to 15 driving faults during the test, often called minor faults. These aren't potentially dangerous, but if you keep making the same fault throughout your test, then it could become a serious fault. Get a serious or dangerous fault and it's a driving test foul. A serious fault is something that could potentially be dangerous, and a dangerous fault involves actual danger to either yourself, the examiner, another person or property. Have a look at our free online driving modules on our website for tips on how to deal with junctions, roundabouts, and the different driving test manoeuvres. Don't forget, it's completely free. There's a link in the description below. Let's catch up with Gemma as she's about to start her mock driving test. Tell me, how would you check your brake lights are working?
So I would obviously switch on the car, apply the brake, ideally park up in front of somewhere where you can get a reflection of the brake light, so maybe in front of a window or next in front of another car where you can see the reflection. If you're not able to see it via a reflection, see if there's someone who can help you by getting out and having a look when you're applying the brake.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start the independent driving from here.
Mm-hmm.
I like to follow directions given by the sat-nav.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know when independent driving's finished. Only use the sat-nav for directions, nothing else.
Sure.
Drive on when you're ready, please. A good start answering the tell me question correctly. A show me question will be asked later. Gemma looked all around, but missed the blind spot on the right. While it's not always essential to check the left blind spot, the right one is crucial, because it's where traffic is most likely to be approaching from behind. Don't forget, the mirrors don't show everything. This is a driving fault.
After 50 yards, turn right.
Good observations. A lot of accidents happen because people don't look properly at junctions before pulling out. Not observing properly is also the most common reason why people fail their driving test.
After 100 yards, turn left, then go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
Good mirror checks.
Turn left, then go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
Gemma tried to select first gear, but because she was driving too fast for first, it prevented her, and now she's in neutral. She realised, and luckily didn't get in the way of anyone. This is a driving fault. Apart from a 5-minute warm-up drive, Gemma hasn't driven this car before, and doesn't know the area.
After 90 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit, then turn left.
A little bit too much gas, but a good opportunity to go.
Turn left.
Gemma's doing well with her mirror checks and follows the curb really well without swinging out or hitting it. It looks tight ahead. I'm pleased that Gemma's slowing down and ready for oncoming. She's got a good position and isn't cutting the corner.
After 200 yards, turn right.
This is the same model of sat-nav as they use on the driving test. A little early signalling, but not quite worth a fault. You normally signal
Turn right.
about now. Good speed for this tight road and position. You won't be expected to thank other drivers on your test. The examiner will normally do that for you.
After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit. Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Good mirror checks and signal timing.
After 100 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Time for a bigger roundabout with zebra crossings on all the exits.
Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Good signal timing, and she noticed it cancelled, so she put it back on. A little bit too much gas, but I'm pleased she stopped at the zebra crossing. Again, a bit too much gas. A good opportunity to go. Gemma's keeping in the right hand position, good mirror checks, and signal to exit. Gemma's doing really well with her mirror checks.
After 200 yards, turn left.
There's a petrol station just before this turn, and some new drivers
Turn
signal
left.
too early, so that it looks like they want to turn into the petrol station. But Gemma signals just at the right time. I also like how she's looking into the road she's going into, ready for what's next. She reacted well to the van. Good mirror checks before going around the van. You never know who might be overtaking you. It's important to keep planning ahead and think about where you could wait if there's any oncoming traffic.
Oh, sorry, a little bit too much.
A little hard on the brakes, but there's no one behind us. She found a good space and remembered all her mirror checks. Gemma has to turn right at the end of the road.
Turn right.
Using the parking brake makes hill starts easier, but it's essential that you give it enough gas and get the biting point to prevent rolling back or stalling. Someone's just about to cross the road behind us. Gemma gave it gas, but didn't have the biting point. I had to help to prevent rolling back more. As there was someone behind us, this is a dangerous fault. You're not allowed any dangerous faults, so unfortunately, this is a test foul. It can be difficult driving a different car to the one you're used to, but get used to where the biting point is. As long as the parking brake's on, you'll know when you've got the biting point as the back of the car dips down. As long as you feel that, then the car won't roll back. Also, make sure you give it enough gas, as Gemma was doing, to prevent stalling. Driving a different car is a really good experience for Gemma, and one she'll experience again when she buys her own car. I'm pleased she's slowing down for this tight space and judging it really well. Pull up on the left in a safe place, please. The examiner will ask you to pull up on the left numerous times during the test to see how and where you park. Good parking. Drive on when you're ready. They'll now want to see how safely and in control you move off. Gemma had a good check of the blind spot on the left, which isn't always necessary, checked the mirrors, and only had a slight look at the essential blind spot on the right after she started moving off. You must check the blind spot on the right before moving off, as the mirrors don't show everything. Good mirror checks, and she moved out of the way nicely. Slowing down and giving this driver a chance to get in this space was a good idea.
After 200 yards, turn left, then bear left. Turn left.
If you're driving too fast for first gear, then you'll feel some resistance on the gear lever, but if you push hard enough, then you can force it in. You'll be able to select first gear easier after you slow down and nearly stop. When it says bear left, it actually means take the next road on the left this time.
Okay.
After 100 yards, bear left.
If the sat-nav gives any confusing directions, the examiner will step in and give clearer instructions.
Bear left.
This road is currently two-way, but turns into a one-way road. Will Gemma notice?
After 100 yards, turn right, then go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
She needs to turn right, and as it's a one-way road, should be positioned over to the right, as you can see by the markings.
Go right on the roundabout and take the...
If you miss the one-way arrow signs, and the arrows painted on the road, then another way to tell it's one way is that the giveaway lines go all the way across the end of the road, instead of halfway across if it was two-way.
Gonna go left. Yeah, I did think I saw the marking on the road.
Gemma did the safest thing and turned left. You won't fail your driving test for going off route or get any faults, as long as you're driving safely and legally. But she didn't signal. This is a driving fault. The examiner will now redirect you back on route. Because we went off route, I've told Gemma to ignore the sat-nav, as it's a bit confused. At the roundabout, we're turning right, third exit. It's a busy roundabout. This is where patience and judgment really matter. You've got to stay calm, stay focused, and be ready to take the safe opportunity when it comes. Don't go charging in and take a risky chance. Gemma times it perfectly and moves off safely. Remember to check the mirrors before the signal to make sure it's safe. After going off route earlier, we're now back on route. Okay, you can follow the sat-nav again now, please.
After 200 yards, sharp right.
It's just coming up on
Sharp
the
right.
Gemma signalled without checking her mirrors first. Always make sure it's safe before you signal, as it can affect others, especially if someone's close behind or overtaking. Mirror signal, then manoeuvre. Otherwise, it was a good turn. To save fuel, don't let the engine rev too high. Change up a gear earlier to drive more efficiently. We're back on this road, but this time we're turning left.
After 100 yards, turn left.
Good mirror checks before the signal. And a good position for turning left.
Turn left.
I'm pleased that Gemma was careful here, but not overcautious.
Cross the roundabout and take the first exit.
The first exit is a little left, and Gemma signalling left on approach helps others join the roundabout. Changing up gear at the correct time will help you save fuel. Gemma should be changing up to third gear on this road for the speed, load and traffic conditions. She keeps it in second gear unnecessarily for a long distance. This is a driving fault.
Cross the roundabout and take the first exit.
The exit is to the left. Gemma notices and signals a bit late. No one behind or ahead, so not worth a fault.
After 200 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, then turn right.
Because she's driving too fast for first gear, she really has to force it in. Change gear after you've slowed down, and if it's the right one, then it should go in easily. As it was safe, I'm pleased she overtook the bus.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit, then turn right.
To follow the road ahead at this roundabout, Gemma will need to keep in the left-hand lane so that she doesn't affect anyone next to her turning right. She could have positioned a bit more to the left, but it was a good opportunity to go and didn't get in the way of anyone. Good mirror checks.
After 200 yards, turn right.
Again, good mirror checks going around those parked vehicles.
Turn right.
Gemma's about to drive into this central area too early, as the oncoming drivers also want to use it a little as they've got parked vehicles in their way. Gemma got a bit too close to the oncoming vehicles. She should have anticipated the oncoming drivers were going to go around the parked vehicles, and then drive into the central area later when it was safe. This is a driving fault.
Turn right.
Pull up on the left in a safe place, please. During your driving test, the examiner will ask you to pull up on the left on a hill. They'll then ask you to move off to see how safely and in control you do a hill start. Drive on when you're ready. A good left blind spot check, which isn't always necessary. A car approaching behind. She just checked the essential right blind spot in time before moving off. The moving off was a mixture of not having a biting point to then raising the clutch too quickly with a lot of gas. When it's safe, can you show me how you'd use the horn, please?
At the end of the road.
Gemma's still in second gear, but she's driving a bit too fast for it. There was plenty of time and space to change up to third. Good mirror checks. A little early with the signal, but not quite worth a fault. If you signal too early, then other road users might be unsure of your intentions. They may think you want to park or turn into a driveway. Gemma's observing well.
After 100 yards.
Gemma signalled too early again. This is a driving fault as it could be misleading. Normally you'd signal about now.
Turn left.
Gemma missed a good chance to go here, but not every time you hesitate to go is going to be a fault. A good hill start and a great opportunity. Good to see Gemma building up some speed now, making progress where it's safe to do so. It shows confidence, awareness, and that she's reading the road ahead.
Turn right, then you have reached your destination on your left.
Gemma's turning right at this crossroads, and getting in the correct position will be important. She positions well, not in the way of drivers behind or in front. Good judgment and speed. Don't forget, the tighter the gap, the slower you should drive.
After 150 yards, you have reached your destination on your left.
Okay, that's the end of independent driving. I'll direct you from here. You don't need to stop.
You have reached your destination on your left.
Looks a bit tight, no one's got priority. Do you think the oncoming driver wanted a stop? It's a blind bend. Always expect the worst and be prepared for it. There's a large oncoming van. Waiting here would have been the easiest option. Gemma made the van driver do all the work and move over for her. Bear in mind that it must be more difficult to manoeuvre that van than this car. Always plan ahead, look out for spaces that you can use, and consider other drivers. At the roundabout, turn right, please. Good mirror checks. Take the next road on the right, please. Good mirror checks and signal timing. A little bit heavy on the gas. For Gemma, this mock test is a practice run, but one that really matters. It's a chance to drive under test conditions, to feel the pressure, and see exactly where she stands. Every mistake is a lesson. The goal, to take what she learns today, fix the faults, and be fully ready to pass the real thing. Pull up on the left, please. You can ignore the driveways this time. The reverse parking exercise.
Sure.
I'd like you to drive alongside this vehicle and then reverse back in within the space of 2 car lengths, please, so you end up reasonably close to the curb and parallel with it. Sure. Gemma checks the important blind spot on the right now, but by the time she's ready to go, what she checked earlier may have changed. You should check the blind spot on the right just before moving off for the most up-to-date information. Okay, because you haven't driven this car before, you have to lift up the metal collar.
Gotcha.
That's it. Before reversing, check the blind spot over your right shoulder, all around, and over your left shoulder through the rear window. Gemma did forget to check the blind spot on the right. So far, her observations have been okay, but she's starting to stare at the mirror a bit too much. More frequent checks over her left shoulder through the rear window would help her see what's directly behind. The parking sensors are a bit sensitive, and they're detecting a tree on the pavement. Thanks. Drive on when you're ready, please. Apart from a lack of observations, she's parked well. Gemma checked the blind spot on the left, which isn't always necessary, but missed the essential blind spot on the right that you must check. If you persistently keep making the same fault, then eventually it will be a serious fault. Gemma approaches this blind bend at the right speed and in the correct gear. At the roundabout, follow the road ahead, second exit, please. To follow the road ahead at the roundabout, Gemma will need to keep in the left-hand lane so that she doesn't get in the way of anyone turning right next to her. I'm pleased that Gemma noticed the cyclist. It's busy, and Gemma just needs to be patient and wait for that safe opportunity. This red car is going to exit the roundabout towards where we've come from. It's going to block the lorry and give Gemma a chance to go. She missed that opportunity, but will she take the next one? A good chance. If you need to wait on a roundabout, then try and leave entrances clear to help others enter the roundabout. Gemma's moved over to the right, which will make it difficult for drivers behind to turn right next to her. They've managed to get through, but her positioning on that roundabout should have been more left. Good mirror checks, and she goes around the lorry safely. Take the next road on the right, please. Gemma positions well for this right turn, but she didn't need to stop as the oncoming vehicle is still far away. Gemma also missed this opportunity to turn. The signal has cancelled itself, and now we're turning right without a signal. The oncoming driver is flashing the headlights, slowing down, and wants Gemma to turn. Luckily they were patient. Always be ready for nice drivers, but only go if it's safe to turn. Pull up on the left in a safe place, please. Okay, you can switch off now. That's the end of the test. How was it?
Bit hairy in places, mostly because I'm not used to the car, I think. Like there was a rollback situation. I just wasn't finding I wasn't giving it enough gas basically before releasing the parking brake, I think. And also because I'm not used to the parking brake as well, it took a little bit of more strength to get it to come off. And by that point, I think I'd let off the gas a little bit, hence the couple of rollbacks. But once I sort of assessed what that issue was, I was just like, just give it more gas.
Was it a lack of gas or no biting point?
Probably a bit of both. I think initially I didn't give it enough gas, but then obviously the biting point kind of then went a bit wobbly. So yeah, there was a definite situation with that, but again, I think that's mostly just because I'm unfamiliar with the car, so I'm not too disappointed.
Gemma wasn't successful today. We continued to chat about what went right and wrong so that she can learn from it and improve. Watch this video next to learn how to drive a manual car in the city. It also includes how to do clutch control. Thanks a lot for watching, please like and subscribe, and bye for now.